Going, everybody. We did go through the 666. Um, when was that? I think we hit it. Yeah, it was right there. It got 14 views. I don't monetize my channel. How's it going, everybody? So I'm not looking for anything other than is anybody getting anything out of it, And it did get a thumbs up, so somebody appreciated it. So it's fascinating that the way the mark of the beast is hidden in the Old Testament, verbatim of everything. Just, I don't know. I've never shared my end times and anybody had a problem with it um, that they've ever shown me. And I'm always just looking for biblical proof. If you've got a problem with something, then um, just bring Bible verses to the table and let's study it. I'm always wanting to learn. Um, so anyway, now we start Daniel 3. And this is Nebuchadnezzar's image of gold. And it's kind of like a parallel to that image that speaks. We can't help but think the image that speaks probably won't have some gold to it since Trump's penthouse is made of gold. And James Bond 007, The Seventh King of Mystery Babylon, they did their GoldenEye and Man with the Golden Gun and Goldfinger, all that stuff, right? I had to share a post on that one. So Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits. By the way, the TV show, I made a post one time, that TV show following The Apprentice, or his show, was The Voice. And I remember I saw a Facebook memory back in 2020. I had a lot of downtime. We were all locked in our cells and at the addresses. And a memory came across, and I was joking about the, thousands of commercials while watching The Apprentice for The Voice. And what they're telling you is it's the beast in the image that speaks. They had the beast in the image that speaks. As Trump is the beast or future tense. And then the voice is the image that speaks. Voice speaks, speaks, voice. That's why they name a singing TV show simply The Voice. And then that constituted me doing the video, which is on the AI is Ghost of the Machine Mark of the Beast playlist at Trey Stokes Archives. Just go down there and watch that playlist. And if I remember, I'll put it in the description of this video. I think I was supposed to do that the other day, wasn't I? Hmm. Hmm. All right, so I went back to my Bible study of Wednesday and did put that in. And yay. And if you notice, well, now there it is. It's called The Image That Speaks. It's video 3 on the playlist. I will try to remember to put it back in the description of this video and in the um look at that, the comments that were on this video. This one has 1.3 thousand views, the initial video. But the third video in the playlist is called The Image That Speaks Equals the Voice. And I get into the Alan Parsons Project song, The Voice, from the iRobot album. They also did a movie called iRobot. And the British invasion. So the iRobot Wikipedia, I'm bringing that up there. Um, it's just it's a fascinating video. I go through the lyrics sooner or later. Um, it says right here, he's going to get you before you run and hide. He's going to get you. You got no choice because you can't escape the voice. And when you worship the image of the beast, you become possessed and then you start killing sheep. So that's why this song is speaking to the sheep. Before you run and hide, those that worship the image of the beast are going to get you because you can't escape the voice or the image that speaks. Um, those that worship the image, so it's a play on words. It says, remember before you grab the money and run that someone is watching you. And we know that the Ghost in the Machine or the AI watches everybody. It's got 16 thumbs up, this image that speaks video. It's got 355 views, so that's a good thing, right? Um, the second one is Lucifer, based off that film Lucy, where she melded into the technology at the very end of the movie. And man, that playlist, I tell it people every time, you can't watch all 6 videos on that playlist and come away with anything other that the AI is the ghost in the machine, the mark of the beast. Just there's no way around it. So
All right, hey,
anyway,
this video.
let's get on with it. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits. Nebuchadnezzar's image of gold. And so there it is. All right. Whose height was 60 cubits or 60 feet, and the circumference was 6 cubits. He set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king set to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, and sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. They stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And Harold cried aloud, then and Harold cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, that you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoever falleth not down and worshipeth shall that same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, dulcimer's not in there this time, no. All the people and nations and languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. All right, over to Luke 19:27 through 38. We're on column 1. As it's 4 columns when you open the book of my dad's old King James Bible, so we just sync these up. We're now doing end time study first as we begin this Daniel study. People in the middle of the Luke study, they just had to swap it out. That's all. Nobody's complained yet. Anyway, so this is Luke 19:27 through 38. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. And when he had thus spoken, he went before, ascending up to Jerusalem. And it came to pass, when he was come nigh to Bethpage and Bethany, at the mount called the Mount of Olives, he sent 2 of his disciples, saying, go ye into the village over against you, in which at your entering ye shall find a colt tied where yet never a man sat. So like a virgin colt. Loose him and bring him hither. And if anybody asks you, why are you taking this horse? All you have to say to that person is, because the Lord hath need of him. So, you know, this is the spirit realm hard at work. And of course, they make fun of that with the Jedi mind tricks and all that kind of stuff. Remember, when you're living in the Bible in real time, the earth is a supernatural place. Walking on water, parting of the Red Sea, and we will see it again once we're living in the book of Revelation in real time. That's why the TV show is called Real Time with Bill Maher. And where was I? And they that sent were sent. Okay. And they that were sent went their way and found exactly as the Lord had said it would be to them. And they were loosening the colt. The owners thereof said to them, why are you taking the colt? And they simply said, the Lord have need of him. That was the end of that. And they brought him to Jesus, the colt, and they cast their garments upon the colt, and they set Jesus on the colt. And as he went, they spread their clothes in the way. And the way is also referred to as the church throughout the New Testament, the book of Acts. And Jesus said, I am the way. In other words, he's saying, I am the church. So anyway, they spread their clothes in the way or in the path. Then he was coming nigh, even now at the descent of the Mount of Olives. The whole multitude of the disciples began to rejoice and praise God with a loud voice for all the mighty works that they had seen, saying, blessed be the King that cometh in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest. I am glad y'all are here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.